Hey, what's going on, crypto people? It is the Crypto Siege with another day in the life, in the crazy life that is a digital asset space. Good morning. Hope each and every one of you are having an absolutely amazing day. Holy moly, the market is doing what the market does. What in the wide world is going on? Talk about another day in the life and the crazy life that is a digital asset space. Wow, interesting stuff. I'm going to share a couple of things from Raul Paul today that I think is hugely important. We're going to hear from Chris G and Carlo in reference to Ethereum and XRP as securities or as not securities, and why the SEC probably has a big time challenge ahead of them in reference to the Ripple versus SEC case for, or SEC versus Ripple case for sure. Very interesting stuff. We're going to go over the numbers. Shout out to CoinGecko. Let me refresh here because I got to tell you, this market is something. It is definitely something. So guys, listen, this is your XRP Ripple daily news. And around 0 to 10 minutes, let's check out CoinGecko.com here. The Bitcoin dominance is at 37.4%. The total cryptocurrency market cap is at 1.1 trillion, and that is down from over 3 trillion in the history of crypto at one time. Bitcoin is at $21,546. Ethereum is at $1,767. And I would like to add again, XRP is at 35 cents again. So there's some 7-day double figure greens in the market. Absolutely. Lido was up 14% on the 7-day. Ethereum Classic's up 19% on the 7-day. Chainlink is up 16% on the 7-day. Interesting. I got to check the 16% on the 7-day. I have to check that because I got a position in Link and find out what's going on there. Should I take some profit today? I'm not sure why Terra Luna Classic is doing what it's doing, or why Luna is still doing what it's doing. I don't know. But again, guys, the market is doing what the market does. I'm going to share a couple of clips here from Real Vision Crypto. So shout out to Ash Bennington and Raul Paul, because they just do an absolutely outstanding job. But I think it's really for us. It's really important for us as retail investors in this new asset class, as people that were here first. We were blessed to be in the space since 2016, holding Bitcoin and Ethereum since then. And it is very, and then got into XRP later at the end of 2017. But it's a very interesting thing to be early in this new asset class. It is hugely important to understand not only what you hold, but to take the opportunity to realize you have a chance to level up your digital asset space IQ here. You have an opportunity to level up your XRP IQ here, and you have an opportunity to level up your financial IQ in this space here. It is 100% a blessing, and it's not going to be easy. It's going to be very challenging. It's going to test your resolve. These bear markets test your resolve, understanding that the market is manipulated, and understanding that that old money doesn't want you to win. And it starts with it. I don't know if it starts, but it includes the banking regulators and the incumbents in the space who want you to walk away from the digital asset space and walk back into their liquidity pools and their traditional financial products. Hugely important to understand. Just take a listen to the bigger picture from that dude, Raul Paul.
I have, since I first discovered Bitcoin in 2013, been of the opinion that this was a parallel financial system that's being built. In the last 18 months, I've realized that it's bigger than just a financial system. It's in fact the entire system of value, transfer, storage, and ownership in the new digital world. It is probably one of the biggest things I've ever heard of or seen, and it is an incredibly exciting moment in time to be part of it. And it's like learning about the discovery of oil when the Rockefellers and all of these guys started figuring out that the oil was going to make the world go round. Had you been an investor and a participant and understood what it could do and what businesses you could build across the network of oil or the mobile phone or the internet, the fortunes that were made, the changes that happened were so staggering, and this is happening faster. And at the very center of it is a system of money and value, which means that in itself, it is going to accrue value faster than anything else, because that's what it's actually doing, is taking value from old places and putting it into a new place. So the opportunity set is so big, and it is that perfect nexus of macro and crypto, because the macro is so fucked, which we've known for so long. You know, the massive debt, the bad demographics, you know, the polarization of the world again, the deglobalization, the globalization, all the mess that caused. All of that is going on in macro land, which is pretty miserable. And here's the solution in front of our eyes. I mean, what a time to be alive. And that's why it's so important. Everybody needs to understand this stuff. Whether you're trading this stuff, building businesses, or you're just observing it, it is incredibly, incredibly important.
It is incredibly, incredibly important. And I love Raoul Pal and what he's done. Here's a guy, very, very humble guy who gets the really, really big picture, understands this whole idea of these maxi camps are just brutal for the digital asset space. Hugely, hugely important to get the bigger picture. I highly encourage you guys to just subscribe to Real Vision Crypto, ring that notification bell so that you know when whatever they go live or whenever they do upload some videos. Massively, massively important for us to level up our IQ in this space and understand that we're so blessed to be an early adopter in this new asset class that is the digital asset space. What an absolute blessing. Now, let's take a listen to his take on XRP. And I think this is important because, again, this is a guy who gets the idea of being a maxi is detrimental to your financial success and detrimental to your overall, opportunity to create generational wealth. And I love what he says here about the XRP and RippleNet. He talks about RippleNet, the digital asset XRP, because when you use the words, it's a real player and a big player. When you understand that, right? He knows that it's young, it's early in its adoption, but he recognizes that it has RippleNet and the ledger has created a network effect and a network herd. He recognizes that. And if you understand that, that is part of understanding and leveling your IQ in XRP, the XRP ledger and the ILP, understanding that it's early in the game, but it is a big time player. Let me find, where is it? Let me see if I can't cue this up for you guys, because it's massive. And I love that a big player who's a macro thinker gets it. Let's go a little bit further. Let's go right there. All right, take a listen. Ash is going to ask the question, and then we'll get...
A big tech will adopt it, and I think the probability of that is about 100%. Yeah. It's already coming.
So I want to go through some questions that are coming in from YouTube, because I can see the stream moving by very quickly in this conversation. And this one comes to us from Serkan Orbe, and the question is, what about XRP? Obviously, they're talking about Ripple. Any thoughts there, Raoul?
Yeah, so there's this weird narrative from the past about Ripple. The point being is, even if they have to settle a lawsuit and get a slap on the wrist, Ripple plays actually quite an important role. It's a money transmission network, and it does quite a good job of it. And it has deep connections with global governments around the world and has worked really hard on it. So there is a reason the chain is valued as highly as it is, and it's not from speculation, because actually, it got taken off a whole bunch of exchanges because of the lawsuit. It's actually because when I use my netcast law model, the amount of value that gets transacted on the chain is very high. It's being used. So I think if you lift the legal issue, probability is that the value of the chain increases significantly. And as the world moves towards central bank digital currencies, I think the XRP network is going to be somewhere at the center of all of that. So yeah, I don't rule it out. I know it's not flavor of the day for a lot of people. I think it's a big player, it's a real player, and it has its niche.
And it's a big player and a real player and has this niche that's massive. And I love, again, he's a guy who's able, a lot of times people can't see the forest for the trees. And here's a guy who's able to present the macro picture, right? The definition of vision is seeing it before the masses see it. And I hope you guys get that. And I hope you understand that. All right, guys, listen, this wraps up your XRP Ripple Daily News in around 0 to 10 minutes. I hope it has been of value to you. If it has, do me a favor, hit that like button and hit the subscribe button. And don't forget to ring the notification bell so you know when we upload a video or when we do go live. I'm going to end this video like I do all my videos and remind you guys of this.
Old money doesn't want you to win. They don't want us to win. They would rather that we remain a cog in their perpetual wheel of trading our time for dollars. They don't want us to play in the same playground that they play in, where we allow our money to work for us. This is our chance to win, guys. The digital asset space is our chance to win. We are in the midst of the greatest transfer of wealth in the history of man. Are you participating, or are you standing on the sidelines? Here's what I do know, that the battle for you has already been fought, and the victory is yours. Go get it.